ranking every single BFDI character, and Jesus Christ, there are so many ads on the screen. How do I... God damn it. Okay, for the tiers, we have Please Marry Me, I Think About You Every Single Day of the Week, I Love You, But You Can't Have My Coconuts, They Are Mine, Not Yours, I Like Ariana Grande, and I Like You Too. Okay. You'll Never Be Daddy's Favorite Child. If I was crying for some reason and saw you, I'd cry more. And finally, Jesus died for our sins, yet here you are. Okay, 8-Ball. He's not my favorite, but god damn, his voice is so deep, I can't get over it. Whew, his golf balls dropped hard. And, let's just say mine did not. But, comparing Ariana Grande to 8-Ball is kind of crazy, but man, I just like the vibe of him. I know his conflicts and character potential never really got there, but I still like him. Okay, Balloony. Ooh, I really like him in BFDIA. I do find his exaggerated personality to be funny, and I think that's where they're going with his character. That eye was creepy as hell, though. I guess Balloony can be Ariana Grande, too. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of boring, okay? She was really good in the 2-part episode in BFB, but other than that, like in Teapot, man, she was just boring. And I do not think she deserved to stay over Coiny. Definitely not Daddy's favorite. Let me just say that basketball is one of the most underrated characters in all of Teapot. Like, at the beginning, whenever she was standing up for herself, making her own team, and, you know, fighting with Snowball, she was peak character, in my opinion. Which is crazy because in this exact same time, she was in the bottom 3 every single time she was up for elimination. It wasn't until basketball was kidnapped by one for people to be like, oh shoot, we should save her. I guess that shows you have to be kidnapped before everyone will like you. Oh god, kids, don't listen to that! Stranger danger! Don't take free candy! Oh my god. Mommy!
Oh, hell no, man.
Black Hole is a very interesting character, and he has a lot of really good plot, but he also is just a very likable character. Okay, Blocky. Now, I really liked his whole arc where he became himself again and started doing pranks. I do wish he had at least one scene of him missing pen and eraser, but he's always funny. Yeah. See, with Bommy, I don't know. I've never been a huge Bommy fan. He's kind of forgettable. I don't know. Whew. Now this one's,
gonna ruffle some feathers, if you will.
I do feel like Book is extremely overrated, especially in BFDIA. Look, at least in Teapot, you know, she has her character relationships with Price Tag, her conflict with Pencil, and also Ice Cube. But in BFDIA, I just feel like she has nothing to offer except kind of just getting sympathy votes. I'm sorry if you disagree, I just don't feel like she's entertaining compared to characters that have gotten out or are going to get out because of her. Honestly, my favorite season for Book was pre-split BFB. Now, I know that's where a lot of people actually really hated her, but I thought that's when she was the most interesting, you know, struggling with her character flaws of overprotectiveness and insecurities and trust issues. For most of Teapot, I would have put Bottle in the okay category, but after the team swap, Bottle has been such a fun, lovable character. I loved her as the host in Teapot 17, and I really hope she survives this elimination. We need to keep one of the few good comic relief characters in the game. I will happily say I despise Bracity. She is not funny, she's not cute, her voice makes me want to rip my balls off. The fact that she got that many votes to rejoin baffles my mind. I like Bubble. In BFB, she was a great character, one of my favorites. Then in BFB, she was okay. I didn't like how her personality took a step back, as she felt like she was just a victim the whole time. Cake. I like his character design more than I like his personality. A very okay character. Clock. I really like how they connected Clock being forgotten in BFB to Winner. I do wish Winner and Clock's relationship had a bit more scenes together. I feel like after Teapot 3, they paused on the arc, making Clock forgettable and therefore eliminated. Other than that, I love his sarcastic humor that I feel a lot of people tend to overlook. Overall, a very severely underrated character, and I would let Clock have my children. Speaking of children, Cloudy most definitely collects them. Koini is pretty entertaining, but what I really like him as is a supportive character to Pin. I wish they had more scenes like in pre-split BFB where Koini helps Pin get over her anxiety. But Koini is still peak. David is a man, but he is no man of God. This is an abomination and possibly my least favorite character in all of BFDI. On the contrary, Donut, an absolute Chad. He started off pretty bland in Teapot compared to his BFB counterpart, but after the team swap, he has become a new favorite of mine. His relationship with Golf Ball is one of my favorite dynamics in Teapot. This is what 8 Ball should have been. Well, Dora is obviously better than David because she's hotter. I mean, that's not the only reason. I mean, like, islands. Absolute snooze fest with this one. If she's not being bland, she's being mean. And Eggy is not likable enough to be sassy and get away with it. And her character design is atrocious! Yellow spots are so ugly! Eraser's a chill dude. I like him, but compared to Blocky and Pen, I've always liked Eraser the least out of them. Fanny might be the most unexpected fan favorite out of every single BFDI character. Don't get me wrong, she was liked at the start of Teapot, but Fanny getting a character arc with Black Hole was something I did not expect. And I love it. Seeing Fanny stand up against the pact was very unique and made the pact way more interesting. In Teapot 10, those two coming to an agreement was peak. But ever since the team swap, they be doing Fanny dirty. Good old face of BFDI, Season 1 winner. But Fiery has always been okay to me. I did like his interactions with Leafy up to a certain point. Cause man, they dragged this out more than Ninja dragged the low taper fade meme. And here comes his son, Fiery Jr. One of the funniest exiters. He's always spitting facts, but it's hard to rank him because he has gotten such little screen time, so I'm gonna have to put him a bit lower. Flower. I'm sorry, but her character arc sucked donkey cheeks. Which sucks because the idea of the first boot turning into a winner, that's incredible, but it was executed poorly and it made her character messy and undeserving. Holy snooze fest! I straight up fall asleep when I see Foldy on screen. Oh yeah, Fries. The best character in BFDIA, and it's not even close. He is so hilarious, and I loved him so much, and he was robbed. I will say though, in BFB and Teapot, he isn't the same. It feels like a completely different character in BFDIA. Honestly, I hope the next time we do see Fries, his personality shifts to his BFDIA self. See, in BFB, Gady was good, but in Teapot, she was downgraded, and her entire personality just turned into Two's friend. Ooh, Jelly Boy. I understand personal decisions and having to change voice actors, but I can't lie and say that I like the new voice actor. I respect it, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the new voice fits Gelatin's childish personality, and maybe this is petty, but I'm being dead honest, it ruined the character a lot. Okay, next we have the Bossy Bot. Golf Ball's character does not skip a beat between seasons. Always goated, and T-Bot is her best season so far. I love how she's being a more considerate leader. Oh, Grassy. Grassy used to be one of my least favorite characters, but he's gotten a lot better, especially in Teapot 19. Still not at all my favorite, but not overrated anymore. Yeah, I guess. I like Leafy a lot until we get to post-split. She is miserable in BFB. She is so unbearably petty and whiny. Whining that she deserves immunity because she didn't get it yet. And then you have the oven, she's whining to Gelatin. I loved her in BFDI, but I cannot stand Leafy in post-split. So for that reason, she's gotta go lower. Lightning, solid character. I don't really have a strong opinion of him though. Her relationship with Pen is fine, but I don't like her. Her development is sloppy thus far, and I would have preferred Stapy to join. I adore Lollipop. She reminds me of Noah from Total Drama, and as a kid when I was a Total Drama superfan, Noah was always my favorite. So I love me a good snarky, sassy character. And a very funny duo with Gelatin, just an amazing character. Bring back the barf bag rivalry, please! I ship them. My ears bleed when I hear that voice. Why does he sound like that? Marker has some funny moments, but I think he's overstayed his welcome in Teapot. So should I put him in okay? And then I'll put him in You'll Never Be Daddy's favorite. She's like, man, like, I don't like hate her, but like, Pencil is like better, just not an enjoyable character for me.
See what I did there? Because, like, Just Not, she was on Just Not.
Ooh, I love Needle in BFDIA. She is so good, and I want her to win. She's my pick. Her motivations and character moments are so good, and her singing, bars. Aw, Nickel. Now that he's eliminated from Teapot, how else am I gonna hear Gosh Doinky Smugly? Very sad indeed. He's a great goober. A great character. He's getting very good development in Teapot, and I love his moments of sadness and crippling loneliness. Very relatable! But yeah, personally my choice to win, but not necessarily my favorite. Before Pencil joined Teapot, she would have been in this tier, but they are cooking with this character. She is such a well-written antagonist and brought so much to the series. I can't wait to see more of her. This might be the most okay character in all of BFDI. Like, no one hates pies, it's just okay. Oh man, it's Pillow. Honestly, I am so glad she was eliminated in Teapot. Shout out to the dude who called Pillow the R-slur, cause like yes, dude, that's so true. Like, yeah. Whoa, why is my finger moving? Whoa. Yeah, she's not moving from that spot. I love Pillow. She's my comfort character, and she's my favorite of all of BFDI. If you disagree and hate her, I completely understand. After the team swap, she was a nuisance to her team, a lot more than usual. I feel like she was written worse to get her out so that others on her team can have their plots, which is completely fair. Luckily, in Teapot 16, she was so cute as a seeker and actually useful, so I'm glad her last episode was a good one for her. If I was basing this 100% off her BFB self, she'd actually beat Pillow, but I do not like her in Teapot. I don't like the friendships she has with Gady or Tree, because I hate when a friendship is just, oh, we're on the same team, so that means we're friends. Her relationships fell very flat. BFDIA, though, she's funny, and I like her in it, so she'll go... I don't hate Price Tag, but they do not deserve to be in Teapot anymore. They serve no purpose. Ooh, she was robbed in Teapot. I couldn't believe she got out. It should have been TV. I loved her as an antagonist, and she deserves to have a season where she actually goes far. Remote only had like one good episode, and that was Teapot 1. Other than that, she's just okay. I like the development they gave her, but I think she should have been eliminated over Belle. I get she had her ongoing plot, but it would have been a similar situation with Clock, how after he was eliminated, he still finished his arc with Winter, so Robot Flower's staying was kinda lame, because outside of her whole identity character arc, she's just okay. He's funny at times, but it's a very limited character, and therefore can get boring. Yeah, I don't find him cute, and that's the only value that anyone can take away from this character. Any character that uses the word mommy in a sentence is an immediate marry me please. Just a worse version of Bottle. A very funny character. The one thing I will say is I wish they gave him more rivals. Like more interactions with basketball or golf ball, especially basketball. How you gonna put in the intro the two glaring at each other, then drop that dynamic after the first episode? A very petty character built like a quarter pounder with cheese. A very underrated exiter that deserves more. I personally voted him to rejoin, and I thought he had at least a chance, but nah, bro was cooked. Yeah, I was never a big fan of Taco. I don't know how to justify it, I just don't like her that much. When I watched BFDI years ago, Teardrop was my absolute favorite, and now I just feel like she's been overused. I loved her in BFDI because she was silent, mysterious, and secretly smart, but now she's more like a villainous, competitive character with a range of superpowers. I think she just be doing too much, where I can't enjoy her character for the same reasons anymore. I wish they did more with him in Teapot. Him being on a separate team from Golf Ball should have felt more impactful, but instead it fell flat. His whole character has fell flat in Teapot compared to BFDIA. I mean, this is the problem with ranking these characters, because a lot of them feel completely different in seasons, like Pin or Leafy or Fries. I don't like them in one season, but love them in another, so I'm trying my best to rank them accordingly. I've loved Tree since BFB 1 and have continued to love him, but I'm not gonna lie, 99% of that love is because of his accent. A solid comic relief character, but he's stayed too long in Teapot. Still patiently waiting for the character arc of Woody conquering all his fears. Patiently waiting. They are a good character, but they're kind of dragging his relationship with Loser so much to the point where I'd rather them just not be in Teapot and go off with Loser for a side episode, because they're becoming irrelevant in Teapot. Both debuters are. Yellowface was my first least favorite character. I thought he was annoying and obnoxious. I just really hated non-object characters. But after Teapot, I see that he's a really funny character. Not my favorite, but a lot better than what I thought before. They're okay, I guess. I don't care about them. Should I? Am I supposed to rank them high? Like come on, it's evil Leafy. He should stay inside 4 forever. Oh god, bro, I don't have an opinion on a single one. And like hosts, they're so hard to rank. I feel like they should have their own ranking instead. So I'll say this: 2 is the best. Then 4 is kind of annoying at times. X is cool. An announcer is cool. Puffball speaker box needs to return. I don't care about the other 2. And that's the heckin' tier list. Thanks for watching, and if you made it to the end, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree on anything. I'd be happy to engage with anyone. Please, I need human connection!